Amazing, isn't it? But not everyone did so well. Minorities faced discrimination at every turn, and a fifth of all Americans, especially senior citizens, were desperately poor. We passed civil rights legislation and the war on poverty to reduce the gaps. Nearly everyone began to share in the bounty, except Mother Earth. She was paying the price of unbridled growth. You could hardly see through the smog in Los Angeles. Very uncool. So pretty soon there were hippies everywhere saying, "Save the Earth" and stuff. And lots of other people were worried too. They all got out and demonstrated on Earth Day, April 22nd, 1970. Millions of people all over America. In the next few years, President Nixon signed the Clean Air Act, the Clean Water Act, the Endangered Species Act, the Environmental Protection Act, and the Pentagon Papers. Good for him, because our environment got better. There was lots to cheer about, but not everybody was happy. We were at war in Vietnam and in the middle of an energy crisis at home. Gas prices hit an unheard of 40 cents a gallon. Can you imagine? Greater equality all over America meant smaller profits for big business and its stockholders. By the early 1970s, they were revolting and trying to turn back the New Deal and its legacy. In 1980, they got their knight in shining armor, an actor named Ronald Reagan. He said government was the problem. Reagan called for supply-side economics. The concept was simple: cut taxes and regulations on business and wealthy Americans. They'd invest their extra money, sparking economic growth and more production. More jobs, more GDP. Through the magic of the free market, unhampered by New Deal rules, wealth from above would trickle down to those on the bottom like a golden waterfall. Win-win for everybody. Me, 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 me. For nearly 30 years, with slight variations, this has been the dominant economic philosophy in America. George Bush the Younger upped the ante. He wanted to privatize nearly everything. Americans would be responsible for their own health care, retirement, higher education. Bush called it the ownership society. His friend Grover Norquist offered a metaphor for the Bush plan. Reduce the size of government until you could drown it in a bathtub. It was an elegant, beguiling idea. This market-worshipping, supply-side, trickle-down ownership society great leap forward. There was only one problem. Millions of Americans lost pensions and health care. And while GDP, CEO pay, and profits kept rising, wages for workers barely budged. For the people who got us into this mess, the answer was simple. Cut taxes and regulations some more. Keep doing what we've been doing and hope for a miracle, which some people say is the working definition of insanity.